Whoa. Just do this so we can do some. This is cool. Just waiting for the audience to build up, and I'm just sharing this page over on my big page so everyone else can get involved. Awesome. Hey everyone, hey Lorraine Kindred, that's a cool name. Hey everyone, it's Kyle here, just waiting on everyone else to come and join us on this little live Facebook session that we're doing here. Really excited. This is my first Facebook Live of 2017, and I love this opportunity that we get to have a live conversation together. And I want to say, just so you know, there's a good chance that my cats might get involved. I know that one of them is in particular very hyper today, so really fun. So I wanted to have a conversation today about angels. And the other thing that I should say is I'll probably take some questions, and I've got my Keepers of the Light Oracle cards with me, and so we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. But before we get into all of that, I think it would be really cool once people start to arrive, because it's just going to take a few moments. We will do a meditation together just to invite the angels in, and then I'll share some information about the angels and some things that have been coming up for me recently that I think might be helpful to your spiritual practice and your journey, and that'll be good for me to share with you. So for me, I think what's important to say is an angel, from my perspective, is a divine spiritual being that can appear as an individual being, but is actually part of the whole. So for a long time, I've had this great love of angels, and I used to think that an angel would be this particular one being. And, the ideas that we have about angels are, these images of angels that we have are like these winged beings, and they have all this light around them. And of course, they appear like that to us, but they are absolutely more than that. And over the last few years, I've been really dedicating a huge chunk of my life to really trying to dive into the subject of angels, to really understand it so that I can share with other people, what angels really are. And what I've discovered is this simple thing that runs through all of spirituality, that we are all one. Now, this is a lesson that's been shared millions of times by every great spiritual teacher you can imagine. Everyone is constantly, telling us that we are all one, that we are all interconnected, that we are all the same being, all interconnected, and the angels are exactly the same. We are part of the divine. We are living within the divine. You might want to call that God. You might want to call that universe. And so are the angels. And the kind of topic of spirituality constantly tells us all that we are the answer we seek, and that everything we're looking for is not out here, but actually in there. Now, bringing that into perspective, the angels are exactly the same. Many people say to me, why are some people able to see angels and I am not? And my simple answer to that is, it's because you're looking outside yourself. Your angel's love, your guardian angel's love is not out there. It's actually in here. And through a dedication to really knowing yourself and really feeling your own self and your own feelings and your own kind of truth and whatever is going on in here, through being able to really know you, I believe that you'll be able to know your angels at a deeper level. Now bring this into perspective. If you can't see yourself, how can you see your angels? If you can't hear yourself, how can you hear your angels? If you cannot feel yourself, then how can you feel angels? And so I really believe all of the practices of self-care, self-love, self-respect, these practices are so important for us to really build this incredible connection that we are entitled to. The one thing that I really have come to know with angels is the fact that none of us have been forgotten. We all have this incredible connection within us, and it's simple. Because we are one with the universe, we are also entitled to communicate and commune with the universe. The angels, the guardian angels, the archangels, are facets of the universe. If you were to imagine it like this, the universe being this gigantic, big heart, and every time the heart was to beat, the beat would be an angel. So, put that into perspective, that when you are calling out to an angel in prayer, when you're reaching out to an angel in meditation, when you are feeling the presence of an angel, you're literally in connection with the heartbeat of the divine. The angels are the heartbeat of God. So many people often will say to me, Kyle, why such a fascination with angels and not God directly? Why do you speak to angels and not God directly? And my answer is simply this. When I am speaking to God, or when I'm speaking to angels, I'm speaking directly to the heart of God. The angels would never exist without that presence. They exist within it. So when I'm speaking to angels in prayer, or I'm receiving from angels, maybe through meditation, or maybe even using angel cards, we're actually communicating with the heart of the divine. We are actually communicating with the ability to really connect with that divine brain, that divine mind. So I'm just going head into this, and I just want to say, hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me over here on the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival Facebook. The Mind, Body, Spirit Festival is taking place in London, and I am so excited that I'm going to be a part of it. It's taking place on the 28th, the 29th, the 30th of April, and the 1st of May. So the 28th of April to the 1st of May in London is going to be the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. And I am very privileged to say that I am one of the speakers at that festival. And on the Sunday, I will be sharing a 2-hour workshop on the angels of light at 1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And I know that it's going to be a sellout because the tickets are selling very, very fast. So I'm going to be there. I'm not here to plug sales or anything like that. I'm actually here to have a conversation and have a loving conversation about guardian angels. So I just wanted to say that. And let's see. So we've got Pernille in London, Sabrina in Canada. We've got Nicole. Tina, looks like she's in Switzerland. Another Nicole from Canada. I think it's Mai from Switzerland. Hi, Angela. Hey, Teresa. So many people joining here. So let's just dive deep into an opportunity to think of this. I have this idea that we live in this world where we are constantly putting up shields, right? We are putting up these walls that could be standing between us and other people. So here's an example. Say someone comes into your personal space and they were not invited. There's this wall of energy that we create. We might do this with our arms. We might take a step back. We might even put our hands out like this and push someone away. And this same experience also happens when someone looks at us right in the eye, and maybe we're not prepared to be looked at right in the eye, and for some reason we can feel kind of exposed, we can kind of feel naked, and there's mentally we want to run away, we want to put a shield up, we want to take a step back. Now, I want to bring this into the conversation of angels, because angels are incredible beings and they see beyond all of our stuff. They see beyond all of our fears. They see us, beyond our clothing. They see us beyond any of the dramas that are going on in our lives. Essentially, the angels can see our soul. Now that can be very, very scary. It can be naked. And that sense of being revealed can be, really intense. I will never forget the first time I seen an angel. Because when this angel looked at me, it didn't just look at me. The angel looked into me. That vulnerability, yes, you're right, Nicole, that vulnerability was so intense. And I felt overwhelmed by it. And I remember when growing through spirituality, my whole questioning in my own mind was, how will I see an angel again? How will I see these beings again? How will I be able to connect with them again? And I realized that something was so important. I needed to start dropping the shields that I was building up to the world, because really I did not want to be seen. I did not want to be, really seen for who I was. And here's a big deal. I believe that it's not about us seeing the angels. It's about us allowing ourselves to be seen by the angels. Put it into this perspective. What if, through your natural sensitivity, you are walking through the world with this shield up, in the sense where we cross our arms, we pull our hood up, we pull our scarf over our face, we go on the subway or the bus or the train, and we don't want anyone to look at us. It's a common phrase in Glasgow where I live. When someone looks at you uninvited, people will say, "What are you looking at?" We don't actually want to be seen. The truth is, when it comes to divine conversation, when it comes to divine connection, when it comes to psychic development, it's not about us seeing spirit or the angels. It's about giving ourselves permission to be seen by our angels. It's about dropping the shields. And so I thought it would be really, really cool together right now. We just do a little minute-long meditation, setting the intention that we will drop the shields. How cool is it that we have 111 people watching? Good. How cool is that? Thank you, Bonnie, for pointing it out. Let's do that little meditation right now. And the most important thing I want to say before we go any further, especially because more people have just joined in on the video, I believe that we're all equal here. There is not one person more special, more sacred, more gifted than the other. We, all together on this conversation, are equals. Every single one of us, we are the keepers of our mind and of our body. We are in charge of what's going on in this incredible vehicle of our soul right now. You are in charge. Know that. Own that. And when it comes to spiritual experiences, if something gets too intense or overwhelming, all you have to say is, I am the keeper of my mind and my body. This energy is too overwhelming. Thank you, angels, for stepping back a little. That's it. Now, I feel that that's really important for you to know, because when things get intense for us, and I just got goosebumps, when things get intense for us as spiritual practitioners, we just need to be clear about that. We just need to be clear with the angels about that, and they will respect that because they love us. They love us. So we're all equals. We're all equals, and I am not more gifted than you. I don't have special gifts that you don't have. We are both spirit, and because we're both spirit, we are entitled to having a spiritual connection. So we'll do this meditation. We'll take some questions about what we've just been discussing, or anything else that maybe I could answer. And hands up, I don't know all the answers, and if I don't know the answer, I'll tell you. So, oh hey Susan Hutchison, my wee friend from the Angel Club in Glasgow. Okay, let's just close our eyes for a moment. And we'll take a big, massive, deep inhale together. Sigh it all out, let it go. And I invite you now to switch on the deepest quality of breathing you know. If you are a yogi and you know Ujjayi breathing, switch it on now. And as your breath begins to increase with depth and focus, know that every time you draw oxygen into your body, you're also drawing more and more life force into your body. Now switch that smile on full. And think about something you are grateful for. And as you focus on what you are grateful for, allow this energy of gratitude to generate a light in the center of your chest. A light that grows brighter and brighter and brighter. This light begins to wash over your chest and your collarbones. It washes over your shoulders, removing any tension there. It washes through every major vertebrae in your spine. Up your neck, over your chin and your lips. This light, it kisses your forehead. Allow it to move through the entirety of every muscle in your face. Allow it to, from the crown, reach upwards. That same light washes down both of your arms into your palms, through every major organ of your body, every extremity of your body. Allow it to wash over your genitals, your buttocks, your thighs, your knees, your shins, and all the way down to your feet. And the light that you see, the light that was generated by gratitude, is your light. This is your light. And I invite you to bask within this greatness that you have within you. And right now, your light becomes magnetic. As the law of attraction tells us, like attracts like, light attracts light. And right now, beings of utter light are drawing themselves towards you. Angels of light standing on your left, your right, before you, behind you, above and below you. And these angels, they see you. They see you for who you are. They see you for your soul. These angels look beyond every trauma, every drama, every scar, and every fear. These angels see the real you, and they see your love. Now, right now, with intention, tell these angels that you are ready to be seen. Tell them that you are ready to drop down the shields, the barriers, and the fears that stand between you and spiritual connection. And at this moment, dear angels, as the universe, as our witness, thank you for stripping away any shields, any barriers, any fears, any drama, or any other stuff, or even bullshit that stands between us and goodness. We are ready to let these shields drop. We are ready to be seen for who we are. And we are ready to shine our light, just like you, into the world. Now let's set an intention, dear friends, bringing hands to heart center. We set the intention that whatever is gained from this conversation today, whatever is gained from this practice today, may it be to the benefit of all beings in all places through time and space. May whatever we receive today touch the children and the animals in a healing way. May it lead the voiceless to their voice. And we say this for the highest good, as a gathering of equals and in the presence of love. We say this, and so it is. Take a deep breath in, let it all go, and come back into the space. Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this conversation. If you do not know me, my name is Kyle. Thank you so much for being here. I am going to just take some questions for the next few moments about angels, anything that you're working on or working through. Hey, Karen DC, one of my amazing Native American-born friends. Julie Armstrong, amazing question. Thank you so much for being brave to share that. She says, what about negative spirits pretending to be positive spirits? This scares me. Well, thank you so much for your question. I really want to say this to you, that in all 14 years of spiritual development, I have had one negative/challenging encounter, and the negative spirit was actually not a bad being or a bad entity or someone that was stuck between the two worlds. The negative spirit was actually just painful memories and traumatic memories that were stuck in one space. And over the years, people felt the fear and the fear built into these memories, but they were just memories. They weren't actually a being or a spirit. And to this day, I honestly believe that there is no negative spirits that can pretend to be positive spirits. I think this is actually old thinking, and it was brought in by many people that didn't believe in mediums, or want mediums to be powerful, or want people to have this powerful spiritual connection. So the idea of negative spirits pretending to be positive spirits is actually, it probably came, forgive me for saying this, Christian churches trying to scare people away from self-spiritual connection, because it would put them in the church, and then there they would have more followers. So that is the truth. Something that scares you, you can just say, I am the keeper of my mind and of my body, and take control of that again. Any other questions? Let's see what we have. Lorraine O'Hare, she says, I find it hard to visualize. Is it okay just to think about the light surrounding you? My truth is absolutely. Sometimes, some days, I actually find it difficult to visualize. And so I just say to myself, there is a light surrounding me. There are angels on my left and my right. And even though I might not see them, I just use that affirmation of trust to bring into my awareness that they are there. So perfect. Angela McClellan, she says, do you see angels with your physical eyes or your third eye? You can have both. Most of the time when I've ever seen angels, it's actually an internal connection. It's a mental connection. And only a few times in my life have I physically been able to see, spirit or angels. So yes, it's an internal connection, almost like you're daydreaming. That's how I see them most of the time. Hey Ryan, my friend, just joined, who had a brand new baby son 2 days ago. So exciting. His name is Fox. Teresa, thank you for being here. Deanna Dixon says, what do crows mean? From my own experience, crows, if they keep, occurring, or you keep seeing them, actually are bringing a message from the spirit realm to say that you are connected. I have a crow tattoo on my arm. So crows represent being connected to the other world, and they are also the totem animal connected to the Viking gods Freya and Odin, who are all about unlocking the inner vision, and really exciting stuff. Gillian says, does communication with spirit sometimes go silent? If so, why does this happen? Gillian, it does sometimes go quiet, so it happens to me often. Usually when it goes quiet, it means that you are avoiding something. So don't think I'm getting at you about this, but I do this too, hands up. It means you're avoiding something like an emotion, or you are holding on to something that's eating away at you and you're getting really frustrated about it. So when spiritual communication goes down, it's probably because you're not hearing something inside of yourself. And until that is dealt with, like getting something off of your chest or having an open, honest conversation with someone that you're having difficulty with, until that is cleared up, often the connection between you and spirit can be a bit up and down. So it's basically all about clearing your frequency. If you think of it this way, say you have an answering machine with your phone, and until you listen to the message that's first, you can't hear the one that's after it. So that's what it is like with spirit and with spiritual connection and spiritual messages. We have to respond to each message before we can hear the next one. And if we skip that message, the first one will keep repeating itself. And at first it'll just be a message. And if we don't listen to the message, it'll become an issue. And if we don't deal with the issue, it becomes a problem. And if we don't deal with the problem, it becomes a drama. And if we don't deal with the drama, it becomes a life lesson. And before we know it, we're in a rut. So that's how it works. Hopefully that answered your question. Jill says, how can I show my angels how much I love them? Every day, just say thank you. And that's it. That's all they need. Angels don't want to be worshipped, and they don't want to be bowed down to. They love to be thanked. The reason they love to be thanked is not for their ego or to make them feel better or to make them feel as if they're doing a good job. The reason angels love to be thanked is because us saying thank you, moving into gratitude, actually lifts up our energy. So they love being thanked because it makes us align with goodness. And it's amazing. They're so selfless. You know, they are all for us. Barbara from Philadelphia, she says, my young adult son desperately needs his angels but is not a believer. What can I do to help him? The first thing I would say to you, Barbara, is there's no point trying to force someone into a belief because it will never work. The best thing that you can do is just constantly tell him you love him, and I know you do that. And the other thing that you can do is be the angel for him. But doing that in a way that is very much has your self-care at number one and his at second. So sometimes angels have to show themselves in human form, and sometimes we have to be the angel for the angels in order to help someone through a difficult time. So I wouldn't force him to believe, but on a private level, if I was you, I would just constantly imagine angels kissing his forehead and making his mind serene. And doing that for the highest good is the best service you can do for him right now. Excited that you just said my name. That's lovely. Pilar. My dad is pretty sick and sometimes I feel pessimistic about his prospects. Raphael came in my dreams and told me literally to let him do his work. That's super big stuff, right? Because sometimes our own fears and our own stuff actually gets in the way. And when it comes to spirituality and spiritual healing, I really believe that it's not about anything other than letting it happen, you know? And I believe that healing isn't something that just happens. It's a state of being we move into. Teresa says she'd like to get more accurate with her connections with the angels. What kind of exercises or practices do you recommend? For me, I would recommend a daily practice on listening to yourself. You hear yourself, you hear your angels. Respond to your own needs as they come up, and you will get clearer connection with spirit. Hi. From Emma. She says, every time I pick your book up, the angels seem to have something for me to do. E.g. meditation, chakra cleanse. It's crazy. You know what? That's cool. Seems like they've got a few things up their sleeves for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Really cool questions here. I just wanted to say thanks so much for hopping on and for being part of, hey Johnny fan, but part of this conversation. Just to say again, one more time, I'm going to be in London on the 29th of April, I believe that is, maybe? 30th of April at the Mind Body Spirit Conference in London, sharing a workshop called The Angels of Light. We're going to spend a lot of time on really dropping down the shields and opening up connection, and I'll be leading ceremony at the start of that, so expect a lot of drumming, expect a lot of noise making, to really connect with the angels on a real ceremonial level, which is really exciting thing. I want to speak to Adri. She says her brother just passed her better life a few days ago, and she's asking Archangel Azrael to guide his soul. That's an amazing thing. Thank you so much for doing that. I often, want to say to everyone that Azrael is the angel who helps people move from one life to the other, from physical life to the spirit. And whenever someone passes away, although we feel hurt, it's also exciting to know that we are going home. And one of the things I always do is I just thank the angels for making that passage sweet and for making everyone involved, blessed and positive. So, hey Mitch, thanks for joining. I just want to take a few more questions to wrap up our little session. So if you want to ask a little question, just pop one down below and we'll see what we can do. And I just wanted to say thanks so much for coming to join me. And if you missed the meditation and the lesson I just shared on spiritual connection, you can re-listen to this whole video once it's finished. I did a meditation on dropping down the shields and spoke about really creating spiritual connection. Hey Lynn. Hey Elizabeth Lindsay, who calls herself my spiritual cougar. Hey Teresa, she says, see you in London. Thank you. Karen says, what does it mean when your visions change from sugar, I don't know where it went. Third eye mental vision to actual full colour, totally awake visions on the back of one eyelid? I have no idea. It just means your spiritual connection is developing. Oh, one last advertising thing. Mind Body Spirit Festival are giving 10% off anyone that wants to come to my workshop at the festival. The code when you're booking tickets is Kyle121. They have just pinned that on the post, which you can see. Thank you. I'm guessing that's Linda that's doing that. Thank you very much. You can get that link and you can get a discount for coming along. It's a super, I believe the tickets are only £22. So super affordable. Going to be lots of fun. You'll meet like-minded people. And you know me, I love to hang out. So, someone says, when is your next book coming out? My next book is coming out in September. It's called Light Warrior. And it's a guide on psychic and spiritual protection. And that's that. We've got Gay. She says, when I feel a soft breeze around me in my room, what is happening? That's your angel saying hello. Audrey says, are you coming to the Netherlands? It's not in the pipeline yet, but I do believe my books are in Dutch. So hopefully I will come. And Hannah says she's just starting her spiritual journey this month. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. So yes, my next deck, people are asking more cards in the pipeline. In, I believe, 2018, I have an Angels and the Ancestors Oracle card deck coming out, which is all about bringing together the angels and shamanic practices and bringing it all together so that we can connect with the ancestors, the people of the land that were here before us. So that's super duper exciting. And as always, my oracle cards are very modern, channeled artwork by Lily Moses, and super diverse. People of all colours and all backgrounds are involved because angels are for everyone. They are not one image. Glinda said, which is an amazing name, I used to hear them often, but not so much. How can I reconnect? Again, same thing. Taking time to know yourself and know your own feelings. So that's the most important thing you can do. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to hang out. You can hang out with me every day. I post a video based on the practices of my book, Raise Your Vibration. And I'll be sharing one later on today. And today's lesson is called Feeling Life Force. Remember, you can go back and re-listen to the meditation that's on this video. So you can save this if you need to come back. And if you can come and join us at the Mind Body Spirit Festival in London. I'm going to be there on the 30th, and I know that I'm leading a meditation that is free as well, and I'll also be doing a 2-hour-long workshop. So have an amazing Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mind Body Spirit Festival, for letting me do this with you. Thank you, Linda Phoenix, that set it all up. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And you have my love. And I'll see you soon. Yay. Bye, guys. Oh, someone said, am I coming to Birmingham? I'm working on it. See you guys soon. Bye.